and oh, not label input. Label input is the whole thing, right? No, this is not display inline block. So what I do is I'll say width. Let's say width be some 70%, maybe. Let's do. Okay, inside the label. Now label here. This is display inline block. And I'll give a width. Let's say the width be 45%. Okay, and let's go to input here. And again for input also I say display inline block. And I'll say width be again for this it be 45%. Okay, now let's do this. Let's decrease this width. So label will be, let's say 20%. Then this will be, let's say if it is 20, then let it be 60, 70%. Alright, what I do is like I'll just copy this and paste there. I'll just copy that and paste. So it's ready now. So when I refresh, I see the same thing. All right. So that's the form over there. So again, let's do one thing here. Instead of this, I would like to make it this much. Okay. So here, that is that. Actually, this should be decreased. This should be, let that be 100%. Form label input, and yeah, that sounds better. So now so for this particular thing I'll give a class. I'll say class equal to, okay, input text. I'll say, okay, now input text dot input text. Okay, so we have what we have done this, we made this, let's say I'll make this as 20%. Sorry, yeah, the registration form, which ones have decreased the label, sorry, the registration form to be 20%, and this be 100%. This is 20% and this is 100%. Alright. Let's refresh. Yeah, sounds better. And for text input, so input text, what I do is like I'll say padding. I'll give a padding, 10 pixel padding. Okay, and I'll give a width, let's say width 100%. It's better, right? And I'll give a margin. No, not for this. Okay, let that be fine. So this is it for input text. So I just copy this and I'll paste it there, here. Okay, yeah, show the HTML code. Yeah, I'm showing it. So this is the HTML code. So what we have done, we have used an external style sheet there. Okay, then we have written a form div, then inside that, see this whole thing. Now what I do is like I copy this entire div here, and what I do is like I just paste it here. I'll paste it here. I'll paste it here. Okay. So let's see. Now you see that. So again here, what I want to do is I'll say margin bottom, okay, 10 pixel. Okay, this is fair, right? Margin bottom 10 pixel. and let's use a padding. Let's see, padding, let be 5 pixel. Okay, let me remove margin bottom. Padding sounds, padding works good. And let's do one thing here, where input text, let it be like this, 90, let's use 90% on that. So 90% and padding 5 pixel, right? Padding 5 pixel and 90%. So this padding 5 pixel and this is 90%. Okay, Tawfiq, you following? So I'm just doing some styling. I'm just working on the HTML form. That's it. So here inside the form, what I do is like I'll give you h3. We're here inside the form. Okay, here I'll say h3. H3 I'll say sign up. Let's see what we got. Yeah, that should be in center, right? That should be in center. So what I do is like for h3, I give a class is equal to text center. We can do this using Twitter Bootstrap too. So I'm just telling you guys how we can really do this using our general CSS too, not like just Twitter Bootstrap. So this is text center. So text center is text align center. Let's see. Yeah. Right. I'll just remove that border. That border looks like kind of weird over there. Right. So where is our border? Here is our border. So I hope you guys know how to comment out the CSS. The CSS comments are always like this. So it got commented out now. Now let's see. So there is no border box over there. Instead, what I do is like I'll use a h3, or I'll use a border for our text center. What I do is here text center, I'll use a border bottom. Okay, solid 1 pixel. I use let's say 666, right? That's a border. Okay, so I'll use a padding so that the border looks good. So padding, let's say 10 pixel. See, yeah, this is perfect, right? So this is our form now. I've built a form here. Okay, yeah, great. I'm just building a form. So let's change the names over there. Now it's time to change the names. So this is, let's say, email. Okay, so instead of ID and this, I'll say the name is capital email, ID is email, and the placeholder is email and input text. Okay, let this be password. Okay, the name is password, the type is password. So this is how it typically the styling should go. Like you style it on one thing and then you apply, you copy paste. This is how a typical form is built. So you don't have to write style like for testing. Write only one thing over there. If you feel like you're satisfied, then just go ahead and jump onto the other fields too. Okay. So password. So password. So the next I'll say let's go with mobile, or let's go with name. Say name, ID is name, placeholder is name.